Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to another episode of Rise, Renew, and Reclaim. Hi, I'm your host, Joni Elizabeth. I'm so happy you're here. Today, we're going to talk about being the CEO of your mind. I've used this for many, many years, well, now going on a couple decades with clients, and many people are like, I love that idea. So I want to backtrack just a little bit. Um, if you were to be the program manager of an organization, they have a tough job. They really do. I used to be a program manager. A program manager is managing programs and processes and strategies and trying to get not trying to, working on improving programs, connection, relationships, processes, depending on what avenue, what job you're in. I remember when I was in that job, it was tough because you're working with upper management, you're working with lower management, and in my case, working with other people in the same field that I was supervising. And when I came in, these programs, several of them were they were a hot mess to say the least because they weren't communicating and one team was against the other team and just a lot of faulty blueprints from the past that were coming up and coming in there and bridging that gap of communication and helping empower people was amazing and watching things run smoother for the betterment of the customer. So if we think about that in our own life with the program manager, so to say, what program is your mind managing? What is it repeating? What is it going by an old blueprint? I've done videos in this, and please check out more of my videos if you want more information or check out my podcast. But I would say, or this will probably be on my podcast too, but you can find me on YouTube as well. We go by what's normal, what's familiar, our learned behavior, things that that we saw, that we heard, and that's how we're showing up in life, the program in our mind, the blueprint. The nice thing is, just like when I use that little example of being a program manager, I had to come in and, yes, follow company policies, of course, but I wrote a new script, a new program, bridge the gap in all these different programs over time. But it took change, effort, reassurance, writing that new blueprint. So in your life, take time to look at like who told me I could, couldn't, should, shouldn't. Where did I get that information? And then pause enough to say, well, how do I feel about that? What do I truly want or believe? You can write a new blueprint, a new program in your mind by clearing out the things that don't belong to you. So maybe saying, you know what, I need to shred this old blueprint that wasn't good for me, that's showing up in not feeling good mentally, physically, emotionally, even financially, or even yes, internally, how you feel about yourself. Tear up that old blueprint once you recognize what's going on in that blueprint, that program, and put on your new program. You are the CEO of your life and of your mind, and it's so empowering to apply these strategies that can give you just a much more enriched, nourished life, and you are worth it. So I want to also give you some thoughtful questions, and I'm going to look at my blueprint here um, just to help navigate this in a better way. So, if you think about CEO, it's Chief Executive Officer. Most people know what that is, but you think about like, okay, I own my, company. I navigate it. I have the vision, the leadership, the direction that you want your company to go to. Apply that in your own life. You get to choose how you want to respond to something, or if you want to respond or not, what you need for you, not abandoning yourself. I do have videos on that as well. And to take that pause long enough to reflect, like, how do you feel about whatever's going on? What do you want? What do you need? You get to set the vision for your life. Again, like I said a while back, you hold the pen to your life. You get to write your script if you choose. And it does take time. I want to validate you on that because I know it's not easy. I've many people go, sounds really wonderful, Joni Elizabeth, but how do I do that? And this is hard. Takes work. The brain is an amazing muscle, and you can change your blueprint. You can own your path in life. So if you think about your CEO of your mind, it's your identity, your values, your actions, your steps, the things that you want. So I want to encourage you to think about this. An old blueprint maybe sounds something like, I have to earn rest. My value is in what I do for others. These are all lies, by the way. That's not truth at all, but that's what people often believe. I can't slow down. I have to work harder, longer, not take a break, you know, hog down food at the desk, not move. So not true. It's so much better when you can slow down for a few minutes. You can enjoy your food. You can take that pause, refresh, reset. Teach this to many, many amazing people, people that are running huge businesses and leadership to students to homemakers and in between, but the people that are running these big businesses, or the CEO of the company, or the um, leadership, are like, but you don't understand, Johnny. But when I get them to take that little pause, refresh, reset, and not abandon themselves, they show up so much better. I have many people, like, I'm advocating now for um, therapy and coaching because they see the huge value in getting their life back, feeling better, showing up happier and more energy. Another old blueprint may be something like, um, if I say no, I'll be rejected. I must stay busy to be worthy. When this happens, you're being absent. You're not controlling your mind or your life. You're an absent CEO. You're just kind of letting others dictate who you are, how you should show up, and what you should do. Now, I do, of course, advocate follow your job's protocol and professionalism, absolutely. Um, and in that case, with that old blueprint, your program manager of you is in survival mode instead of thriving mode. Your CEO is in debt emotionally and physically, and often even spiritually. You're running the company of your life on outdated operating instructions. So that's something powerful to think about. If you're living in outdated operating instructions for your blueprint of your mind, you can create new, fresh ones. And it is so beautiful and so amazing. So I'm going to leave you with some closing reflections. CEO level questions for vision and authority. If you were to think about you're truly the CEO of your life, what would you stop tolerating, or what would you do different? Even a little bit of difference can make a big difference over time. What decisions are you postponing that are costing your peace? That's a big one. What's energy fulfilling and joyful? What is draining you? Whose approval are you seeking? And ask yourself why. Why are you seeking their approval? What would your life look like if if you led it instead of reacting to it? So, and also here are some CEO level questions that are energizing and sustainable. What is draining my emotional bank account right now? And often people don't think about that. You have an emotional bank account. Are you depositing good things in it? Or are you just spending, 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 and you're left bankrupt? Am I overspending my energy on things that bring no return? What boundaries would protect my long-term well-being? And I do have a video on boundaries. I will bring forth probably another one soon, and on my podcast as well. If my nervous system were my budget, would I be in the red or in the blue? That's another indicator with how you're feeling emotionally. You deserve to have emotional and physical and spiritual and financial wellness, and you can do it. So, in closing, I want to say if you're the CEO of your mind and life, if you want to navigate into that, who's really been running the company? Are you letting other people decide for you, dictate who you are? You're caretaking for their emotions where that's not your job. Being caring and kind, yes. And is it time to update your blueprint? Think about that for this new year. You are worth it. You're absolutely worth it. You can say goodbye to the old blueprint and say, that's outdated. That was not mine to own. That was from my parents or grandparents or great grandparents or neglect, abuse, abandonment, anger, even something that started out innocent, like, oh, you're being praised because you're putting in, you know, 80 hours a week on work, but you are exhausted and you're starting to feel it in your mental wellness and your physical wellness, but people praise people for that. That is not healthy. Healthiness is taking time to check in with yourself with what you need, being able to create a new blueprint to nurture your mind and your body and your emotions and your wellness. You're worth it, and you were made for so much more. Until next time, and always much love and blessings. Joni Elizabeth.